As we just saw, a series of bilateral summits between President Yoon Suk Yeol and Pacific Islands Forum members have already taken place. Now, we're just hours away from the main event where all visiting leaders will participate in a multilateral summit. Our Kim Do-yeon shares with us what to expect and what's on the agenda.
South Korea is taking a step further as a global pivotal state, with President Yoon Suk Yeol hosting members of the Pacific Islands Forum in Seoul for the president's first ever multilateral summit as a host. The two-day in-person event, which kicks off Monday afternoon, welcomes 10 leaders of Pacific Island states. Those in attendance will focus on South Korea and the Pacific Islands expanding cooperation under the slogan navigating towards co-prosperity, strengthening cooperation with the Blue Pacific. The forum will have two sessions, one chaired by President Yoon on cooperation and the second by Cook Islands Prime Minister Mark Brown, the current chair of the Pacific Islands Forum. One aspect that South Korean government will focus on is convincing the visitors to support Busan in the city's quest to host the World Expo in 2030. South Korea could potentially win 11 votes from Pacific Islands Forum members, and in order to bolster support, President Yoon will head to Busan on Tuesday with the visiting members to tour potential expo sites. Another important aspect to this multilateral summit is that South Korea announced its Indo-Pacific strategy late last year, which centered around freedom, peace, and prosperity. But top of agenda at the forum is tackling climate change, with the Pacific Island region feeling the direct consequences of climate change through rising sea levels and have recent devastating hurricanes. President Yoon will be looking at what role South Korea can play to solve the issue while also discussing more sustainable energy options for the countries. South Korea now joins the likes of the US, Japan, France, China, and India in hosting PIF members, and the top office says this follows their pledge to become a global pivotal state. In the meantime, First Lady Kim Do-yeon will also be hosting events for the spouses of the forum members, and activities are expected to include showcasing Korean traditional culture. Kim Do-yeon, Arirang News.